Okay. So for the people who have been praying for a particular thing for a season in their lives, and they begin to see those things unfold, it's really important for you to keep asking yourself, like, whose report will I believe? Who's around me feeding into me, coming into agreement with these things? So there's like a difference between you wanting a thing and God being like, it's just not time, or he's doing it in a certain way. And then there's another thing to be around people who are not in agreement with you, and they can be in the kingdom, they can be in the body of Christ, they can be people that are not in the kingdom but are just close to you, and you take counsel from them, or they have access to your ear, and you need to be able to discern what is for you and what is not. And that is a whole nother separate prayer. That is a whole nother separate posture that you have to maintain. Because when you're praying for something and you know that you want it, that is really, first of all, you always need to stay close to the Lord. But especially when you're in a moment of making decisions for your life, which is always, but in big decisions for your life, make sure you're able to discern what is and what is not for you. Because remember, people are going to be speaking to you out of their worldview and their perception of who they know God to be. So if you know God to be a healer and you're speaking healing into your life, but then you have people in the kingdom or people around you that are like, no, that's just that's impossible. This can't be healed. This can't be done. But you're believing in God, and God showed you like you're going to be healed through this thing, or you're wanting a relationship, and God is telling you that you're going to be in a relationship, and He's setting you up, and those people around you are like, nah, girl, no, nah, man, like, don't do that. That's this isn't right, or this doesn't look right, or you have a vision for your life or a job, you want to move, and people around you are being like, nah, that's absurd, that's crazy. Well, if God told you that the thing is gonna happen, then you need to rest on that. Whose report are you believing, and who's feeding into that vision for you? And let me say this, you don't need people to feed into it with you. You don't. God is enough. If God said it, that's enough. That's the stamp of approval. That's the only stamp of approval that you need. It just sucks, of course, right? Because as you walk and encounter certain things in life, you do want a support group around you, and you would think that it would be those that are close to you, and that the people in the kingdom in your church will like come in agreement with you. But that's not always the case. It's not always the case, and you can't count on that, unfortunately. That's not to say that like just count it out, but you need to be able to pray for discernment on what counsel you are receiving, especially in a sensitive time. All right, that's all I got.